Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Welcome to Accelerated Health Radio and TV. I'm your host, Sarah Banta. I'm a health coach, natural supplement expert, and a busy mom of three. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below so you are notified every week with my new podcasts on Mondays and Tuesdays. And if you haven't already, join my free group coaching on Telegram with the link below. There is no downside. I teach you on a daily basis with tips and tools to enhance your health, and you will be a part of a like-minded group to support you on your journey, in addition to truly taking control of your health. Now, if you know me, you know that part of me comes from cutting-edge technology. I'm working with scalar frequencies, but then the other part of me really depends on ancient old wisdom, Ayurvedic, Chinese herbal supplements, and today's no different. Today, we are talking about the health benefits of castor oil. And you may have heard of it. You don't really know what to do with it, but people talk about it. It's been around for centuries. In fact, there's even been evidence of castor oil in Egyptian tombs dating back to 4000 BC. Now, I talk about the silver and gold being around for thousands of years. Same with castor oil. Our North African ancestors didn't have pharmacies or chemicals. They relied on natural remedies such as castor oil for medicinal purposes. And as an oversupply of synthetic formulas have been developed, the power of the nature has been forgotten. And all of these things like the silver and the castor oil actually are now coming back. They've got the healing properties, and people are looking to them for hair, digestive situations, and let's get into it. Let's get into the health benefits of castor oil. So first, what is castor oil made from? It is a thick oil made from castor plant seeds. It's native to tropic areas in Africa and Asia. And it's used for healings back in the 4000 BC time period. Ancient Egyptians would use castor oil for skin and hair beauty treatments to ease stomach pains. Who doesn't have those? As a laxative to rid the body of unwanted bacteria and to help lubricate irritated eyes affected from the sun and sand in the Egyptian desert. So what are the benefits? What are the benefits of drinking castor oil? Honestly, never done it myself. Can't really imagine, but it is broken down into racinoleic acid in the small intestine, and it's used to treat many digestive issues, including constipation. When it comes to consuming the oil, it's broken down in the small intestine, releasing that acid, which is then the main fatty acid in castor oil. Then the racinoleic acid is then absorbed by the intestine, which then has a strong laxative effect. It's not recommended to do this on a long-term basis, but definitely it's an option. And we know that most people are constipated. I do have other remedies for that. I don't necessarily recommend the castor oil for constipation, but it is used for that. So what are the benefits of castor oil for hair? Hair loss is a huge topic right now. COVID hair loss is a thing. Hormones being disrupted, the endocrine system being disrupted. Hair loss is one of the first things to go. So what can we use the castor oil for? It can be used as a natural hair supplement due to its moisturizing properties to help with the lubrication and promoting the flexibility of the hair. But really, what I love to do with it is for my skin. So you have to remember that your skin's your largest organ. Toxins come in and toxins come out of the skin. That's why sauna is so great. That's why it's really important to think about what we're putting on our skin, whether it's lotions or perfumes, that sort of thing. Because castor oil is rich in that ricinoleic acid, which is a monosaturated fatty acid, it can be used to moisturize the skin. It retains moisture by preventing water loss through the outer layer of the skin. And many of the skin products out there have castor oil for this reason. Now, acne. Now, this is funny because even though I'm 47 years old, I worry about blemishes. If I eat the wrong foods or my hormones are out of whack, I get acne. And it's not fair because I also will get wrinkles, right? So I am very sensitive to putting the wrong things on my skin and if it will make me break out or not. And I've got 3 teenagers that have the same issue. Well, castor oil is actually good for acne. You wouldn't think so, but it's antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory. It makes it useful in preventing acne. What I like to do is spray on the skin the accelerated silver. So I put my accelerated silver in a little spray bottle. I spray it around my face and it helps kill the bacteria. And then what I do is I take the accelerated castor oil and a mixture of that with the acceleridine, and I'll describe how to make the mixture in a minute, but I put it all over my face and I make my orange face, and literally in the morning, some of the blemishes are gone and all of the orange face is gone too, because the castor oil makes the iodine soak in really deep. So the accelerated castor oil with the acceleridine after spraying your face with the accelerated silver is a great way to go after acne topically. Now, internally, I love the combination of the blood cleaner and the Acnil that you can find on sarahbantahealth.com. But topically, this is what I like to use. And it's also great for wrinkles because that acceleridine does induce healthy apoptosis, which is the destruction of the disease cells and renewing of new cells. And you've got the castor oil that is moisturizing your face and really helping it get nice and lush and moisturized. So it also improves skin texture because it's rich in those fatty acids. It can improve the smoothness and the softness of the skin, where a lot of things out there are too oily to help with acne, but you're going after your wrinkles, or they're too drying when you're going after your acne, and then it dries out and it makes you more wrinkly. So this is helping with both. It's helping with improving the skin texture and helping with acne. And it's great for sensitive skin. It doesn't clog the pores or cause blackheads, which makes it really appropriate for sensitive skin. Also helps with inflammation. Both castor oil and the ricinoleic acid have demonstrated anti-inflammatory properties, and they're useful for treating the irritated skin. Both the acceleridine and the castor oil also kill bacteria. So that's why it's great for acne, but any sort of skin infection or inflammation, any breakout. There have been a lot of skin breakouts due to the additional toxins, heavy metals, radiation that we've been exposed to in the last 2 years, certain viruses that trigger other viral outbreaks. I've noticed for me, every time I've been exposed to the one virus, I necessarily don't get that virus, but I'll have a skin breakout. So I can use this combination of the accelerated scalar castor oil with the acceleridine and put it on that breakout, and it will actually stir things up and move things along and get that bacteria killed off. It also helps moisturize the skin. Castor oil contains triglycerides, and these can help maintain the moisture in the skin, hydrates the skin, obviously, for the same reason. It draws moisture from the air into the skin and cleans the skin. The triglycerides in the castor oil can help remove dirt from the skin. So that's another thing. As you're putting it on, it's actually cleaning it out instead of clogging the pores like you would think it would be doing. So does castor oil have any side effects? Although it can help with constipation, it can cause the cramping, vomiting, and nausea for some. It should not be used for long-term solution for constipation. Also, some people may have an allergic reaction to the castor oil, especially not knowing where that castor oil is coming from. That is why I only trust the one recommended brand, which is accelerated Scalar castor oil. So why is this different? Why is this different than any other castor oil brand? Well, it's enhanced with scalar frequencies. It's free of pesticides and chemicals, 100% pure, made with plant-based castor oil, and it's able to penetrate all 3 layers of skin. It's very effective when mixed with the extremely bioactive scalar enhanced charged single monoatomic acceleridine and applied to the skin. So I'm going to try to do this without making a mess here. And what you want to do is you want to put a little bit of the castor oil on your hand, put it on your skin. And then what you're going to do is you're going to actually put a couple drops of the castor or the acceleridine and mix it in. Now, I don't know if you can see, but it's a nice brown color. And for treatment, you want to, you can make it as dark and potent as you want. Now, if it's stinging or burning, you just add more castor oil to make it less or to dilute it. Then you can also use the gua sha tool to rub it in and break up the scar tissue. And I'm going to go through some other things. You want to go horizontal or vertical, never in a circle. This breaks up the scar tissue or whatever you're going after. So what I do is you can make this mixture. You can put it all over your face, on your thyroid, on your joints. You can also take a castor oil pack. So what I've done is I have cut the Ziploc bag, put the wool inside the Ziploc with an opening here, and it makes it so it's mess free. And I fill it up with my castor oil, and I put some of the iodine on there as well. And you can put it over your liver during your liver flush, over your appendix if you think you're at risk for having your appendix taken out. I've had people do that. If you've got joint pain, swelling, cramps, menstrual cramps, very useful for that. So then you say, okay, well, Sarah, how do I put that castor oil pack on my body and have it stay there? You can use saran wrap, but what I have done is I've bought one of these Sweet Sweat packs that is for fat burning, but it's great to wrap around your waist if you're going after any pain from your kidneys, your adrenals, your liver, your gut. If you have colitis, intestinal inflammation, put it all over that. I've had to do that myself. During the liver flush, it's going to release more stones, making it easier for your body to release. Because remember, that castor oil, especially the accelerated castor oil, is going through all 3 layers of skin. And the skin holds 20% of the body's iodine reserves, and 96% of the people on Earth are iodine deficient. So when we're doing this, we're also getting the iodine into our tissues. If you've got hypothyroidism and you want to reverse or detox the thyroid, doing this mixture on your thyroid. Now, I don't recommend doing that at night. It might trigger just a wake up of your thyroid and increase metabolism, and then you might not be able to sleep. Now, I do it every night on my face. I take the gua sha tool and I rub it over my wrinkles in a vertical or horizontal way to start breaking up the scar tissue. For me, I am trying to stay away from Botox and fillers. So I'm doing everything natural that I can to stay young looking. Yes, I have a little vanity in myself as well. But this is one natural way you can do it. Now, can you do this with your Botox and your other fillers? Yeah, I don't know if the gua sha tool is going to move around your filler to a place you don't want it to go, but that's a consideration. So the mixture, you're going to mix the accelerated scalar oil, castor oil in a small glass container with the acceleridine with a wooden spoon to render a light to medium brown color. So that's an easier mess-free way to do it. Like I said, I just put it in my hand and then mix it and just do it quickly. But have I gotten the iodine stained on my white countertops? Yeah. So that is something to think about. The acceleridine will stain, the castor oil won't. But on your skin, you can always get it out. So sometimes if I have a blemish, I will actually put the acceleridine directly on that blemish and it will be dark. And then if I want to get it to disappear quicker than it's going, I will put castor oil on top of it to dilute it and it will disappear quickly. So say I put a whole bunch of iodine on my face right now and I was getting ready to come on camera and it wasn't disappearing quick enough, I would put a whole bunch of castor oil on my face to have it absorb quicker and dilute it, and it would go away and my orange face would go away. So you can always make the mixture more diluted or less diluted. Prepare the mixture in a bowl if that's the way you're doing it, fresh every time, as the acceleridine will evaporate out of the mixture. Apply the mixture with sanitized hands, of course. You want to clean your hands before you do it. You can also use Q-tips for gums, for your nose, your septum scars, because remember, it's going to break up scar tissue. You can also use clean rubber gloves if you want, and you can cover head to toe and use a tool to break up scar tissue. So why scar tissue? We're going to get into that. So you can expedite that, like I mentioned, the castor oil pack for targeted appropriate glands, organs, and joints will speed up the healing. And then you can also put a warming pad over it with heat. Sometimes I'll even take that castor oil pack into a sauna to heat up my body with it. And it's going to help with the detox and the healing of the area. So you can use this mixture of the accelerated scalar castor oil with the acceleridine for the following areas. Your thyroid, like I said, apply it below your Adam's apple. Scar tissue, what this does is breaks up the scar tissue. So what I have here is a scar where I went through a window at the age of 10 when I was roller skating. And the scar is still there. It reminds me of my younger days. So what I did, which I tested this theory, is that scar tissue is where parasites love to hide, right? So as you break up that scar tissue, you're going to trigger some detox of the parasites. When I first did this, 30, 40 years later, gosh, it was 40 years later, I started using the tool and breaking up that scar tissue. I saw some a rash or a breakout come out that I'd never seen before. It was there for 24 hours and it went away. And I can tell the scar has diminished significantly since I've been doing that. So that is, you can be doing it on your C-section scar, on any scar from knee surgery, anything like that. You can also use this mixture on joint pain. If you have joint pain on your knees, just rub it in. Use the castor oil pack on your back, on your premenstrual discomfort areas, such as the abdominal, lower back. I can tell you just last week, I had a backed up lymph, kidneys, and liver. Why? Stress, toxins. It was time to do a liver flush, right? So what I did is in addition to all of the supplements that I do on a daily basis, the accelerated silver, the accelerated keto, the acceleridine, the accelerated thyroid, all boosting my thyroid health, optimizing my endocrine system, detoxing my liver on a daily basis. But it was time to do the flush. So first I was doing the castor oil pack with the mixture over my abdominal area, which was hitting my liver, my lymph, and my my colon, because I had signs of colitis, which is inflammation of the colon, and my kidneys. So then I would rotate it to the back where my kidneys and my adrenals are, to reduce the inflammation in all of those areas. And then I prepped myself for a liver flush. Now I've updated my liver flush to where it's much easier and it's not uncomfortable, with the help of the acceleridine, the accelerated keto, the accelerated thyroid. Your energy is optimal. You fast through the whole day. When you do the flush, you take your just one of the doses of the OxyClear, and then you combine the second dose with your olive oil citrus fruit drink. And then what happens? You lay on your right side with your castor oil pack, with your acceleridine in there in that mixture, and you have your right arm up, laying down on it. So that's opening the bile duct. And oh my gosh, the results were so much more effective than doing it without the castor oil pack. So I was super excited. Within 2 days, literally 24 hours, but now I'm at 48 hours, absolutely lost at least 6 pounds of water off my body that was backed up with my liver, my kidneys, and my lymph. So really effective on that. And so you can also put it on your abdominal area, the mixture during pregnancy. Helps with stretch marks. You can put on your breasts during lactation in between feedings. We know that our kids, more than us, need that iodine for growth, for apoptosis. Remember that apoptosis is the destruction of diseased and growth in the good cells. Well, that happens during pregnancy and during puberty more than any other time in life. So our children need the iodine for their IQ, for their mental health, for depression, for thyroid health, for optimizing their endocrine glands. And if your thyroid is out, your whole HPA axis is out, HPT, HPG. That's hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenal axis, hypothalamus, pituitary, thyroid axis, hypothalamus, pituitary, gonadal axis. They are all interconnected and they're all dependent on your thyroid. So as we optimize the thyroid with the acceleridine, the accelerated thyroid, you are also going to get a detoxification of all the cells, especially in your brain and your pineal gland, where it's been calcified and full of the radiation from all the toxins that we have been exposed to. It's really important to focus on that for our kids as well. So you can do that by putting the iodine, the castor oil, on the nipples as well during breast or in between breastfeeding. And then on bruises, it helps increase that apoptosis, so the turnover of the cells, and helps the healing of the bruises. You can also target the adrenals, the ovaries, and like I mentioned, the kidneys and the intestines. You can use it for tumors, cysts, lesions, heavy keloid scars. Add baking soda to the mixture above the castor oil with the acceleridine to create a paste consistency, and you can apply about 6 times per day, taking notice of any burning sensation. Now, like I mentioned, if you see a burning sensation, that's because you've put too much of the iodine. It's not going to hurt you. It's just going to hurt a little bit. Just add more of the castor oil. And for cleaning, remove the castor oil from the skin with 1 solution of 1 teaspoon of aluminum-free baking soda added to a pint of water, and sprinkle the baking soda on the targeted skin area and wipe it with paper towels. So it will take off the castor oil. So when you have joint pain, if the application above doesn't remove the chronic pain, all scar tissue throughout the body from head to toe may need to be addressed. So our whole bodies are connected, right? Mind, body, and spirit. That joint pain First of all, it might be coming from some emotional issue, but you might have to start breaking up the scar tissue throughout the body. And that's also included in the scar tissue on the internal organs. And that's where the acceleridine, taking it orally, comes in. But for deeper penetration into the joints, you can use the mixture, soak the large wool cloth in castor oil on either side, and use the mess-free pack that I just showed you. And then you wrap that around the area, and that will help. And then put some heat on it, and that will help as well. And you might need to do it for consecutive nights. Now, to help with pain, I always recommend the X39 patch. That helps reverse pain and start resetting over 4,000 genes in your body. What's that doing? That's also increasing the apoptosis, where your body's healing itself, taking itself back to its younger self. You can also use some of the other patches as well for healing. The glutathione patch helps with boosting the immune system and detoxification as well. Now, scar tissue. I keep mentioning scar tissue. Scars block energy. Okay, so it's not just something that you see on your skin that you want to get rid of because it's ugly. It blocks energy, and iodine helps break up the tissue in the scars and the keloid formation. The mixture of the acceleridine and the accelerated castor oil penetrates through the skin to dissolve topical and deep scars and to reverse the positive charge of scar tissue, as well as the positively charge of the toxins and the pathogens trapped inside the scars. So pathogens have a positive charge. Go back to chemistry class. Now, the accelerated ancient salt and the accelerated scalar detox powder have a negative charge. So they soak up the toxins and carry them out of the body. This is the accelerated ancient salt. It comes in a smaller size, but honestly, once you taste it and start using it, you are going to use it for everything. I use it for my detox baths, where I put 1 tablespoon of the accelerated salt, and then I fill it with some cheap Dead Sea salt from Amazon or somewhere, for a detox bath to rehydrate my cells, to reorganize the DNA. The accelerated ancient salt lessens, if not eliminates, any healing crisis or detox side effects that may arise, especially before addressing your scar tissue or the skin organ. So if you, just by having a scar tissue, breaking up that scar tissue, you might actually get a breakout or get nausea or feel some detox Herxheimer symptom. The accelerated ancient salt is amazing for helping with the nausea. It really, after a liver flush, people say, I'm so tired, I'm a little wiped out. It's not because you haven't eaten, it's because you're not hydrated. The cells need the minerals from the accelerated ancient salt to rehydrate the cells, to plump up the cells so the cells can now push out the toxins that's out of the skin, that's out of all 100 trillion cells in the body. And consistent daily topical application helps target both the external and the internal scarring from surgeries, broken or fractured bones, tattoos, piercings, extractions, birthmarks, moles, warts, calluses, all of it. Itching and increased energy may occur, which is a sign that the toxins are coming out, and the pathogens and the emotional blockages might be released, and the energy is flowing once again. I have to tell you, last week when I had this backup, liver, lymph, kidneys, I really meditated into the fact that there might be something emotional going on as well. And the liver flush and the castor oil pack, all of it really started stirring up some emotions. And then when I did my final release with the liver flush, the whole emotional, there was an emotional reset. There was definitely some emotional blockages that had been released. It was truly amazing. And my energy today is 1,000 times better than it was last week. It's just truly amazing the way the body works. So take notice of how you feel physically, mentally, and spiritually as you do this. Also take notice of any burning sensation. Like I said, if there is any burning sensation, just add more of the castor oil. If you're in a hurry, you can apply the mixture or just the Accelerdyne by itself directly onto the scar. And then if it's too dark, like I said, add more of the castor oil. So using the gua sha tool to expedite scar tissues, you can get these just on the internet. Just Google gua sha and use directly on the scars or on the entire skin or organs. Do not use it on open wounds, cancer, deep vein issues, eyes, testicles, other arteries, areas of prior shingles. You want to be careful using vertical and horizontal and or diagonal strokes only with light strokes. So be very careful. What it's doing, it's creating micro trauma, and the Accelerdyne in the mixture induces that healthy apoptosis to repair the trauma without the bruising. So you can reapply the mixture as needed in order to prevent the bruising. Start slow. I love doing it on my face. Like I said, I really go after wrinkles. You can also use it in your hair. Now you're sitting there going, how do I put this mixture of castor oil in my hair? It's going to get really yucky. And the reality is many acupuncture points and connective tissues can be released on the skull. And it may be helpful to cut a plastic Ziploc bag to fit on top of the head before using the tool to prevent pulling. So you put the tool inside the Ziploc. And any open wounds, apply the Accelerdyne without the accelerated scalar castor oil inside a cut or wound in order to allow for fibrin formation. Applying it with the castor oil around a cut or wound is okay, but the castor oil is a solvent and can retard the fibrin formation necessary for closing a wound. So you don't want to put the castor oil on an open wound. Castor oil is a solvent and can retard that fibrin formation. So notice how the Accelerdyne disappears inside the wound faster than around the wound. The reason is that there's more trauma inside the wound that is needing to undergo that healthy apoptosis or natural programmed cell death, which triggers both that natural death of traumatized, mutated, or low millivoltage or unhealthy cells, as well as replacing the replacement of those cells with brand new healthy cells. Remember, that's happening more during pregnancy and puberty. So key, if nothing else that you got from this, is that our kids during those periods and pregnancy need the Accelerdyne. It is one of the only elements, iodine is one of the only elements on the periodic table besides oxygen that's able to induce healthy apoptosis. And iodine is unarguably the most ancient, powerful antioxidant, 3,000 times more powerful than oxygen itself. It disappears faster due to that fast repair and more of the healthy apoptosis than any other form of iodine that either has a lower frequency or is not even free. And it is more of a diatomic iodine supplement. Most iodine supplements are, where the body then has to break apart the iodine from the other element to be used. And that's why most iodine supplements are actually only 10 to 20% absorbed, and they could be coming from a radiation toxic source. So most iodine supplements come from 3 sources in the world. 2 are in Japan, and they have been exposed to Fukushima and Chernobyl. So they could most likely be radioactive. The Accelerdyne comes from South America, radiation free, monoatomic, 100% bioavailable to all 100 trillion cells in the body. So it produces that healthy apoptosis, and that is one of the secrets to reversing disease and aging. And reapplying the acceleradine every time it disappears until the wound or cut is repaired, as long as there's no burning sensation. And with that burning sensation, all you do is add more of the castor oil. So this is where I really wanted to talk about the benefits of the castor oil topically and on the organs. I always say that God puts me through an experience to then be able to speak to you. And now I know why he was making me suffer last week with a total backup of my lymph, my kidneys, and my liver. And that was verified through a SCIO scan, through my Genius Insight app, and then also just the way I feel, because I'm very in tune with my body. Never changed my diet, not drinking alcohol, doing my regular exercise, nothing else changed. And all of those things were backing up. I utilize the castor oil pack, the liver flush, the extra mixture with the acceleradine to help with the inflammation. It helped relieve the colitis, helped with my lymph, helped with my adrenals, helped with my kidneys, released the water, helped release more stones in the toilet through my liver flush, and my metabolism increased. I feel so amazing today. And this really shows how what you do on the outside affects your not just physical health on the inside, but helps with your emotional state. And that gets into a little bit of the mental issues that most people are suffering from right now, where depression, anxiety, brain fatigue, brain fog, all of these things are happening. And when you're taking your accelerated keto that works on your liver on a daily basis, it defats your liver, it breaks up the saturated fats into unsaturated fats, helps with the digestion, gets rid of the inflammation throughout the body, helps lower and suppress your appetite for the sugar that is causing the inflammation, right? And then you add in the accelerated thyroid, and that's boosting the health of your thyroid, the master endocrine gland. It's helping reverse so many people's Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism, helping them get off their medication with the help of their doctor. And then you've got the acceleradine that is literally helping bridge the brain to the body. You've got your bridge of the thyroid that is the bridge to the brain, the pineal gland, this is where it's calcified. This is where it's causing your brain fog. It's all gunked up. And you need to detox that pineal gland, detox the brain of the heavy metals and radiation, and boost the mood. That acceleradine is doing that on the inside as well as on the outside. And we've got to work on just cleaning up the diet. I always talk about the wild animal proteins, getting off of the amyloid proteins, because those amyloid proteins in the conventionally raised meats are going to increase that amyloid burden in the body that lead to gut issues, but also the Alzheimer's and dementia. So we want to focus on our diet as well. But when you're taking the accelerated keto, the acceleradine, the accelerated silver that is boosting your immune system, cleansing the body, detoxing or devitalizing all of the foreign pathogens in the body, and then you've got the accelerated ancient salt that's rehydrating your cells, helping detox from the xenoestrogens in the body, helping with plumping up those cells topically and internally. You'll also know that when you switch to the accelerated ancient salt over cooking with regular salt, the bloat that you get in the face goes down, but you're rehydrating the intracellular water and getting rid of the extracellular water. Now, Heather Hineker at Ascent and Adaptation, you've heard her and I talk about the in-body scan that measures intracellular versus extracellular water. And that is essentially showing how hydrated are your cells versus the inflammation in your cells. And it really is amazing how much of that water retention can be reversed with the proper minerals and the proper salts, and how the wrong salts can inflame the cells, but you're really dehydrated on the intracellular way. So with all of these things, you are improving your brain, improving your body, getting rid of those scar tissues on the inside and the out. You may want to add in the cognoblast, which then goes after increasing the short-term brain function, improving mood, improving learning speed, increasing or helping with the anxiety and depression, but it's also preventing Alzheimer's and dementia. That is something that has been very helpful with most people trying to get out of that brain funk. But when you do it from the internal and the external way, you will see this huge shift in your body. And with your liver, cleansing your liver, using the castor oil pack over your liver, softening those stones so that you can pass more of them, you're really going to see a huge shift in your whole body, physically and mentally. So I wanted to make sure we discussed all of these things, how they're all interrelated. You can't just go after one thing. You can't just get on a low carb diet. You can't just go ketogenic. That's not the way it works. You do need to be more specific with your diet. I've put together the food guide that is free for everybody on the website to focus on the foods that are on the list. Now, if you're off the list once or twice, not a big deal. But if you truly are in a healing crisis, you stick to that list and it will help with your healing much faster. You incorporate the supplements, you incorporate the topic healing of breaking up the scar tissues and breaking up what your life path has taken you inside and out to refresh, renew, and become a new version of yourself inside and out. So thank you so much for joining me today. And if I can help you with your health issues, you can contact me directly through the website, sarahbantahealth.com. You can find all of my protocols there. My free group coaching is there as well. I'm happy to put together a protocol for you. Join the free group coaching on Telegram with the link below. I teach you on a daily basis with tips and tools to enhance your health, and you will be a part of a like-minded group to support you on your journey, in addition to truly taking control of your health. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram under Accelerated Health Products and across over 100 channels under Accelerated Health TV and radio show, including YouTube, Stitcher, Pandora, or whatever podcast platform you subscribe to. If you like what you heard today, please hit the subscribe button and share with a few of your friends who may need my help. And join me every Monday at 2 p.m. Pacific and Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Pacific live. You can find all the supplements and all of my videos and podcasts at sarahbantahealth.com. You can use coupon WELCOME10 for 10% off site-wide. Thanks again for joining us here at Accelerated Health TV and Radio, and have a great week.